Hey everybody, it's Chris Trolls here, and today I'm bringing you guys another video. Thank you guys for kind of being patient. I know my uploading schedule has been kind of off and not necessarily great, but I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support. I can't believe how much you guys have been supporting me. Like I said, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. So today we got a new deck list, and this is actually gonna be the first time I'm actually publishing something that's going to be more. I kind of wish to say, I kind of want to say kind of like free to play friendly. It's almost no super rares in the main deck and only like ultras in the extra deck. So it makes it very budget friendly, and I hope you all enjoy. So the deck we're bringing today is, I named it Heavy Kings. It is super heavy samurais. Yeah, so like I said, I hope you all enjoy. I know in the replay for the duels, I play like ass, and I do apologize for all that. But like I said, we'll get into it and we'll go for the card by card. So first off, the hand traps. I'm running 3 Ash Blossoms. Yet again, Ash Blossoms are really good. It stops search effects. You know, if they want to start adding cards from the deck to hand, if they want to special summon, you get rid of that shit. And if they want to send a card from the deck to the graveyard, you know, you can negate anything. Really good. Definitely worth running 3. Then the other hand trap I'm running is 3 Duel and Lockboard. Draw and Lockbird is amazing. It's very situational, not good in every deck you're going up against, but it is a very great card, and it can auto win basically by itself. So basically, if a card is added from the opponent's main deck to their hand, except during the draw phase, you could send this card from your hand to the graveyard, and for the rest of the turn, cards cannot be added from either player's main deck to the hand. So like I said, it stops down a lot of cards. It's actually very good in like cards from going up against the Banquet OTK deck right now, since that is actually still legal until the new ban list on the 9th. So just so you're aware of that. This card is amazing. I do advise running 3. If you don't want to run 3, if you have more ultra rares and stuff like that, a really good one that I would advise running is 3 Effect Veiler instead. Effect Veilers is a really great card. Basically, you can discard it to target one effect monster your opponent controls and negate its effects until the end of the turn. You can stop key combo plays, but it is an ultra rare, so if you don't have it, a good alternative is Draw and Lockbird. So just so you're aware. And that's all for the hand traps. Now we'll go to the card by card. We got 2 Heavy Samurai Gauntlet. So this card is, you can target one SuperHeavy monster you control. Equip this monster from your hand or field to that target. It gains 400 defense. During either player's damage step, when a defense position Super Samurai monster you control battles an opponent's monster, and you have no spell and or traps in your graveyard, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Your battering position's monster's defense becomes double its original until the end of this turn. So it could easily double its original attack, defense, so like 35, goes to the 7,000. Stuff like that. Really good. Definitely worth running at least 2 of them. You can cut this down to 1. It is searchable. And I'll kind of, after the deck list, I'll talk about why so you can cut down certain cards to 1 copy if you really wanted to. And why, I state that. So, like I said, but it's definitely worth at least running 1 or 2 of them. Then we got 2 Soulhorn. Soulhorn is, you can target 1 Super Samurai monster you control. Equip this monster from your hand or side of the field to that target. It can make a second attack during each battle phase. When this card is equipped to a monster by this card effect, you can special summon this card. So this can be really good because 1, the second battle phase is really nice, get more damage on the field. But more importantly, you can equip it to a card you don't care about, then special summon it to your field really quickly to get a level 1 on the field. If you need an extra level for your actual synchro plays. So like I said, it's really good, definitely worth going into. Then we got 3 Soul Peacemaker. You can target 1 Super Samurai monster you control. Equip this monster from your hand or field to that target. While this card is equipped to a monster by this effect, monsters your opponent control cannot attack monsters you control except the equipped monster. You can tribute a monster you control equipped to this card by this card's effect and special summon 1 Super Samurai monster from your deck. And that is a once per turn, a hard once per turn, by the way. This card is really good because simple fact is, you could equip it to something you really don't care about if you don't have any of the main, Super Samurais. You could equip, you could like normal summon Soulhorn, for instance, equip Soul Peacemaker to it, then tribute those two off to get, you know, like a big binky instead. So like I said, there is some actually really good plays with that. So I definitely advise running. Three of them. Three of the Soul Peacemaker. Very worth it. So also for the Soul Horns, I would advise running 2 of them, but you can cut this down to 1 also because it is searchable in this deck. Then we got another 2 of. We got Soulfire. Soulfire, you can target 1 super heavy samurai monster you control. Equip this card from your hand or side of the field to that target. Its level becomes 5. During either player's turn, you could discard this card, then target 1 defense position monster. 1 defense position super samurai monster you control. Until the end phase, it loses 800 at defense, but cannot be destroyed by battle and or card effects. It's a good hand effect, and the level moderation is actually really good if you're trying to go into synchro plays. I advise running either 1 or 2 of them. Simple as that. Then we got 3 Trumpeter. I do advise running 3 of these no matter what. 1, it is a tuner in the deck. It's a level 2 tuner, and its effect is actually pretty decent. While you have no spell and trap cards in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. After this card was special summoned this way, you can't special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except super heavy samurai monsters. If this card is tributed for a tribute summon of a super samurai monster and sits to the graveyard while you have no spell or traps in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. So it's a free special summon. It's a level 2 tuner. You have lots of like level 4s and stuff to go into like level 6s, you know, stuff like that. You have level 8 plays, level 1 plays, 5 plays. So like I said, it's a really good card. Definitely worth running 3 no matter what. Then we got 3 Battle Ball. Battle Ball is really good. If all monsters you control are Super Samurai monsters and you have no spell trap cards in your graveyard, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls that has a level. Send both it and this card from the field to the graveyard. Then special summon for the extra deck 1 super heavy samurai synchro monster whose total level equals the total original levels of those 2 monsters. So basically, you could synchro summon using the opponent's monster with this card. Really good, and like I said, you have multiple levels to go through. So no matter what they have on the field, you should be able to have a synchro summon for it. It is stupidly good, and the fact that this it does target, but it bypasses destruction because you don't actually destroy, you synchro. So like I said, really good card. We have we have 1 Samurai Fist. During your battle phase, if your Super Samurai monster is destroyed by opponent's monster by this battle phase, you can quick effect immediately after the effect resolves synchro summon 1 synchro monster using materials you control, including this card. If you have no spell traps in your graveyard, you can target 1 Super Samurai synchro monster you control and reduce its level by 1. If you do, special summon this card from your graveyard. So it has a good floating effect. It's a tuner. You should always have synchro monsters on your field in the first place, so you can easily recur this card. And the fact that the effect that you can immediately synchro summon using cards when this card's in your hand and stuff, it's just amazing. Definitely worth running no matter what. It's searchable, so I only like running 1 of them. So then we got 3 skills. If the opponent controls 2 or more monsters and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is a normal special summon, you can target 1 level 4 or lower Super Samurai monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Really good monster reborn effect. It's level 4. You can easily get out your tuners or any of the cards, and like you could get out easily get out like Soul Peacemaker, equip Soul Peacemaker to it, and attribute them both off for another monster that you need. Really good card, definitely worth running. Then we got 3 Soul Piercer. You can target 1 Super Samurai monster you control. Equip this monster from that hand or from the field. If this card, if the monster attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. Not that useful, but I do find it actually pretty useful because it's a level 4 monster and it's very searchable. Yeah. And like I said, you guys do have a lot of defense, so inflicted piercing, it is kind of a nice little effect. I like to run 3, but you could easily cut this down to 2, maybe even 1 if you wanted to. Then we got 3 Wagon. Wagon is if this card is a normal special summon, you can change its battle position. This card can attack while face up defense position. If it does, apply its damage for damage calculation. If you have no spell and traps in your graveyard, you can change this face up defense position card you control to attack position. And if you do, add 1 Super Samurai Soul of 1. You can add 1 Super Samurai Soul monster from your deck to your hand. Really good. So like it's all the equipped monsters, So you have you got 1, 2, 3, 4 targets for it. Definitely worth running 3 of them. Stupidly good card. Yeah, I definitely like running 3. We got 3 big Wardrian. Probably mispronouncing that terribly. But you have no spell traps or graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. After this card is special summoned this way, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except super heavies. This card can be treated as 2 tributes for a tribute summon of a machine type monster. So the idea is you can easily get special summon this and tribute it off for big right away. Then we got 2 bigs. This card is very searchable. And this card is no more special summon. You can change its defense battle position of super samurai monsters you control and attack while face up. Monsters you can control can attack while face up in defense position. If you do apply their damage calculation, you definitely want this card out at all times. Keep your monsters in defense, and you can just easily beat over anything. Then we got 2 thieves. I'm actually advised if almost thinking about running one of these. But if you have no spell traps in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. At this card special summon this way, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except super heavies. You can tribute this card to activate one of these effects. 1, destroy 1 card in the opponent's spell and trap zone. Then you could set the destroyed spell/trap on your side of the field. Or you can destroy 1 card in the opponent's pendulum zone. Then you can place the destroyed card in your pendulum zone. It's not the best effect, but it does come up every now and then. And being able to use their own spells and stuff against them is actually really fun. Then lastly, we do got 2 spells. Sekka's Light. Here soon on the 9th, we are getting a new ban list. And yes, I'm aware the ban list sucks. It's not doing anything. But Sekka's Light is getting semi-limited, meaning you can only run 2 of them in your deck. So that's why we're running 2 instead of 3. This card is if you have no spell traps in your graveyard, draw 2 cards. Also, for the rest of the duel, after you activate this card, you cannot activate spell/trap cards or effects, except Sekka's Light. You can banish this card from your graveyard, reveal 1 monster in your hand, shuffle it into the deck, then draw 1 card. So you get 3 cards out of this 1. This is just banished. You can use your second copy and banish that. So you're getting a lot of draw advantage for this card, no matter what. Now, I'm be advised. Big deal. If you guys don't want to run Sekka's Light, you can run 1 or 2 copies of Berserk Soul instead. It is an ultra rare, so it is more expensive than Sekka's Light. But yet again, what this card does is when a monster you control inflicts 1,500 or less damage to your opponent by a direct attack, you can discard your entire hand, activate the top card of your deck, and if it's a monster card, send it to the graveyard. And if you do that, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Then repeat this effect up to 7 times. So basically, since we're running all monsters, you can activate Berserk Soul after you do, 1,500 damage. And it's in the top 7 cards of your deck to the graveyard, inflicting 500 points of damage. You can easily get over, 5,500 points of damage that round just by 1 card. It is stupidly good. I do advise running it. Like I said before, the only issue, it is a ultra rare. So just be advised of that. If you guys can't afford it, don't worry. Sekka's Light, is just as good. So like I said, if you guys can't afford Berserker's Soul, Sekka's Light is good. If you can afford Berserker's Soul, definitely use that instead. So just so everybody's aware. Alright, other than that, let's get into the extra deck. We got 1 Super Samurai Sword Master, Machina. When this card synchro summon, you can target 1 machine monster in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. Also, if you have no spell and traps in your graveyard, you can't normal. Or if you have a spell trap in your graveyard, you can't normal special summon it. Or a monster with its name for the rest of the turn. This card can attack while in face up defense position. So, really good. Like I said, you're never going to have spell traps in your graveyard, so you don't have to worry about the second part of the effect. We got 2 Ogre. Ogre is when this card is synchro summoned. So this card can attack while face up in defense position. If it does, apply its defense for damage calculation. When this card is synchro summoned, while you have no spell traps in your graveyard, you can destroy all spell traps your opponent controls. It's a great feather duster and is level 6, really easy to get into. We got 1 Stealth Ninja. This card can attack while face up defense position. If it does, apply its defense for damage calculation. If you have no spell traps in your graveyard, you could half this card's original attack. And if you do, this card can attack your opponent directly. Now, that's how you can activate Berserker Soul, by the way. Basically, get Stealth Ninja up, half its attack. You're going to be doing 14. And then at that point, you can activate Berserker Soul, burn them for another 4,500 right off the bat. You can almost OTK that way super easily. Really good. Definitely worth running. Then we got one Ninja. This card can attack while face up defense position. Once per turn, during either player's turn, if you have no spell traps in your graveyard, you can target one spell trap on the field and destroy it. If you do 500 points of damage to your opponent. So in fact, it's a once per turn MST is really good, and that's during either player's turn. Definitely worth running. You know what I mean? No matter what. We got one Beast. This card can attack while face up in defense position. If you have no spell traps card in your graveyard, this card gains 900 defense for each special summon monster your opponent controls. This could get ridiculously large, and it could easily beat over some easily high monsters. You can easily get over like, Blue Eyes that way, stuff like that. Dark Magicians, no problem. Anything your opponent, like a common decks, you go be facing. So it's really good. We got 2 Warlord, my bad. So this card is once per turn during either player's turn, if you have no spell traps in your graveyard, you can target one spell trap in the opponent's graveyard, set it to your side, but banish it when it leaves the field. So like I said, you can easily just steal their cards and use it against them. You can steal their Monster Reborn and use it and it gets banished. You can steal their Feather Dust or use it against them. No matter what, you can just steal and use it against them. It's really nice. I like it a lot. It does come up. And it's a nice level 10. Then we got one more card for the Super Heavy, and that's Train King. So this card is once per turn. You can discard up to 2 cards, then target that many cards your opponent controls and destroy them. Once per turn, you can banish all spell traps from the graveyards, and if you do, inflict 200 points of damage to your opponent for each card banished. This is really nice. I actually was able to use this against Sky Striker and banish the whole graveyard, and basically they quit out right away because it was like in 20 cards they banished. They were that happy. But anyway, it's a really good card. Not worth running more. It is a level 12, kind of hard to climb up into, but it can come up. We got one Bashuka, the Terribly Tired. So once per turn during a standby phase, you can discard one material from this card. It cannot be destroyed. This card can attack. This attack position card cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. The opponent cannot target this attack position card with card effects. When this card is in face-up defense position, change all face-up monsters on the field to defense position, but also negate the activated effects of monsters that were in defense position when that effect was activated. It's a great star card, and if you need it to actually just buy time, definitely worth running. Then lastly, we got 3 Samurai Scarecrow. So this card is, we have no spell traps in your graveyard. You can take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. So the attack being 0 doesn't matter. Once per turn, you can discard one monster, then target one Super Samurai monster in your graveyard, special summon it to the zone this card points to. You can only use the effect once per turn. Then that is a hard once per turn, so you can't go into multiple copies of this and keep using that. So it is a Monster Reborn. You can get out anything you need to continue getting into plays. It's not the best card. I might actually end up cutting this down to 2, maybe even 1 copy, to be honest with you. So good cards to run in this real quick. First off, if you want to run Despot, because you could easily go into what is it, Aurora Dawn that way, and and Halki Phalabrax. You could easily get into Phalabrax that way with the tuner. So basically, any 2 mods in tuner and regular gets 2 Hulk. At that point, Hulk will get Despot. Despot will get Mecha Phantom Beast, Mecha Mage to get tokens. And at that point, you could easily go into a Baron if you wanted to. Gives you an Omni Gate and a once per turn pop. Then at that point, you could go into your your Super Heavy before it locks you out. You could go that route. That's just one option. Another one I was actually thinking of is adding a Tinny, a Tinny engine to this deck. More pertinently, because I have a hard time going second with this deck, and Tinny is a good going second engine. The fact that you could add 3 for Shuda would be a good option. Have a Monk, an extra deck as a nice link. Just a nice little option like that. It just gives you more ways to play around. Like I said, not guaranteed, but I was just thinking about playing it, have 3 Ahara, 3 Vashuda, stuff like that. But like I said, super heavies are really good because they are very flexible. You can build them how you like. This is not the most perfect build, but I hope you all enjoy. And with that, I'll catch you all into the matches. I hope you all enjoy this though, and thank you guys for all the support. And I'll see you next time. All right, so I'm back. So this is the first game, and I just want to apologize to all the super heavy players out there. I misplay like terrible. You guys are going to roast me in the comments. I know it. I'm not good at this deck whatsoever. I don't know the lines yet. I'm still learning. But I would just go into the first game here. And yeah, so I have a pretty interesting one. I first go into Wagon, changes battle positions, and I search out Soul Horn. I use Soul Horn's effect to equip it. Then at that point, it exits effect again to special summon itself. I activate Peacemaker. Peacemaker will get me out a big. At this point, I link off that into a Scarecrow. Scarecrow's effect, I'm going to discard to actually bring back my one card. Then I activate Soul Piercer onto that to give it piercing. He can't be damaged, and he's just a big booty. I'm feeling pretty confident my first turn. I'm pretty sure I'm misplaying like terribly. He activates, plays Lesser Dragon. I have no idea what deck I'm playing against, but this is interesting. So at this point, I draw, I get Samurai Fist, I do activate Wagon's effect, I do get Gauntlet, activate Gauntlet, equip it to my big. At this point, I activate Battling Ball, and I synchro off into the level 6. I use the Harpies effect, and it is Cyberus. Okay. At this point, I start doing some very heavy damage. He only has 400 life points left. I'm feeling pretty confident at this point he's going to concede. I don't know what he had in his hand, but I know Cyberus could easily pop off, and he was not having it. Like I said, I probably misplayed a lot there, but I've been having a lot of fun with this deck. And I got one more game of just terrible plays for me. I hope you all enjoy. Alright. So this is the other game I have of just me terribly misplaying this deck. I know some people laugh at some of my cop comments, and like Infernity was laughing about my misplays. I'm not the best player. I'll admit I'm not. So at this point, I normal summon Wagon, uses effect to change it back to attack. I do search out Peacemaker. At this point, I do link off into Scarecrow. Scarecrow, I'm going to discard one of the Soul Horns. I do bring back Wagon, feeling pretty confident. Wagon's effect, I forgot it's a once per turn. I do activate Soul Horn for special summon itself. At this point I do Peacemaker effect, I'll get rid of it. I do get out a Super Samurai Trumpeter. This is why I misplayed. I really should have done something completely different. I'm an idiot though, so yeah, bear with me. At this point he's Fluffle, I love it. Fluffle line, not a Fluffle I use my own Fluffle deck, but hey, I love Fluffles, so I'm down for that. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident. I do activate Scales, I do bring back Trumpeter's effect, I do go into my other Ogre's effect. I'm going to pop his back real quick and change the Spike Ball. Okay, that's interesting. I do get Soul Piercer, so I can inflict piercing damage, and I go in for quite a bit of damage. I'm going to end my turn. So like I said, I'm feeling pretty confident here, but I don't know exactly what. He sets one and sets the defense position. I'm like, huh, that's interesting. I do normal summon Big's effect can't activate though. I don't have anything to tribute. Just getting more guy. I attack with his monster, do piercing, then I attack directly. And that's all I got for the games. I know I misplayed, but like I said, this deck has been a lot of fun actually. I was kind of rushing to get some footage, so I do have some other games recorded. And I'll be posting that in a separate video here soon. And but other than that, I hope you all enjoy. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I think that's everything. I do have another video coming up for 2 decks actually. One of them is just a Phantom Knight spam deck, kind of unfun. That I'm not, it's very powerful, but I'm not having that much fun playing. The other one is a generic. I say generic, but it's a plant deck. That uses like, wants to climb into links and stuff like that. No archetype, just a bunch of good plant monsters. I've been calling it like plant good stuff. So I got that in the works, and that'll probably be coming out very soon. Sorry, done rambling. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you did, leave a like. And I hope to see you next time. All right. Bye.